Hello, everyone. Okay, so I have a question because I haven't used StreamYard for that long. Um, Danella and Sandy, could you see me? What? I don't. That's weird. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay, so today, just got back to Grand Rapids. Our daughter and family live outside Lowell. Um, hi to Texas. Hi to Grand Rapids. Lots of Michigan. Um, I'm very excited today. I got to put some chapstick on. Yes, it's live for the third time. Um, my Classy Creations stuff's come. And so I'm having a classy day in my sewing room. I spent yesterday, Mickey told me, she goes, I can't believe you did this. Hot Alaska, is it 96? Because then it's not hot. No, it's all relative. It's always funny when people are like, "Oh, that's not cold." I'm like, "Well, it's cold for me. It's cold for me." Rainy day in North Carolina. Well, everybody, tell me what your temps are. Um, it's what is it? It's sunny and 96 today. We are in monsoon season, so it was raining in the beginning of the week. But the hummingbirds, oh my gosh, they're going crazy outside. I love it. I There's like a war, but excuse me. So I got my new tables from Classi Creations. I ordered these a few weeks ago. I didn't think they would be here for a few more weeks. And a piece showed up the other day, and I was very excited. And I was texting with my friends over, my Classy girls. And so my table, I had two tops come in, which you're going to see them in a minute. I'm sitting at them. The whole room is different. The whole room is new. I'm going to post them before and afters, or before and kind of after, because it's not the after, because now like the organization sets in. I'm very excited. I lost a ton of storage, but because of that, it's going to force me to organize things and put them where they're supposed to be. I have half a wall of fabric storage back there that I haven't used yet, and it's just because I've been lazy. So this is going in Dubai. Oh my gosh, we were just watching House Hunters, and the people were from Dubai. Hello to Dubai. Oh my gosh, that makes I'm international. But I just got my tables in. I started putting these together. So I have four. I have 4 units. I started putting them together yesterday. You saw the video of me doing the first one, and if you haven't, it's on my Facebook page. If you're on YouTube, I don't know how to do shorts on YouTube. I should figure it out, but I did post a short, and we'll talk about it. You'll see in a minute. But I got the whole set. So I have the machine tables. I have a cutting table, and then I have, like, they call it the Omni table. I don't know that. I guess I should go look and see what the actual words are. One moment, please. File, new window, and I want to see what are they, Classi Creations. And so I can tell you this. Oh, I also need to, oh crap, how am I going to find that out? They're offering a deal for all my kids. That if you didn't know, I call you my kids. No, let me see. I want to see the tables. Sewing tables. I hit the wrong button. I hit sewing accessories. Show all sewing tables. Okay, so I have the single tier adjustable quilting and cutting table. So that is my cutting table. I bought an Omni multi-purpose table. They all have electric up and down lifts. You'll see that. And then I also have the dual-tiered adjustable quilting sewing table. So before I forget, because, I'm going to forget her, I got a message from them last night, and they said, oh my gosh, we love that you love that table so much. And I haven't even used it. I just put it together. And I have to go over to my messages and see if I can find it. And they said, we want to do something. They were already doing an ASF 10 code, and I think it was 15% off. They're like, we want to do something for your followers. So we're going to do a bigger sale. So for the next 2 weeks, let me see. I can hear myself coming out of my computer. Where is it? Go up. What are these boxes? Where did it go? Oh, it's not here. It's in a text message. Okay, gotta go to a different place. If you're saying stuff, I will get back to, I'll find it in a second. Okay, so Stephanie over at Classi Creations was like, oh my gosh, I wish I was there to organize the room for you. And I'm like, I wish I would pay you to do that. So she said, we have a special, it's a one-time use code. It's just for my followers and it's just for the next few weeks. I'm going to say 2 weeks. I will find out an end date. The code is going to be ASF table. So write that down. ASF table. It is good for 30% off. I think anything in their shop. And it's your full cart. And I hope that's true. I didn't really I didn't ask. I was so excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. I didn't expect that. They actually, when I was telling them that I was getting these and I was super excited, they're like, we're going to offer Kimberly Flanagan. They're in the mail. They said we're gonna do a discount for you, and I'm like, that's great. I mean, you don't have to, but my kids love it. So I think usually it's 15% off. They're doing 30% off. So ASF table will get you 30% off one time. And I believe it's for the next 2 weeks. I will 100% get an end date. I will make a post about that. But I have to say, I put that first one together. I had 3 more to get together. I had to get tables out of here. Like koala is in the garage. My custom made IKEA cutting table is now in the garage. And I am a classy person with an eye. But yeah, you're about to, oh God. I told Mickey, I was talking to Mickey this morning. I said, Mickey, I'm going to show them behind the curtain because my room is a mess and it's even worse right now. It's just, don't judge me. I sent a picture to my educator friend with my educator friend Barb, and I sent her a picture of the room as I was going through, and I said, please, Barb, will you still be my friend? She is not like me. Okay, are you ready to see where I'm sitting? Add to stream. Wait, that's not how I wanted to do it. There we go. Hi. Oh, you know what? I can just turn this one off. I'll fix that. Hold on. It's let me see. Okay, I got to figure out how to do this. So I think I need to get earbuds. Hold on. Will that work? Will it connect? One moment, please. I got to move around my machine. Okay, can you hear me? Is there da 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 da? Can you hear me now? Bueller, 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 Bueller. Can you hear me? Yay! Okay, so it worked. So now, like, the camera over there. It has my earbuds on, and then it's just me here. Now I'm going to try this again. Can you still hear me? And I need you, instead of saying yes, like, yes, we still can. Because I need to know. Oh my gosh. So is this, you can still hear me or no? You can hear me? Still can, thank you. Because I turned one off, and then people who aren't like watching actually live, oh my gosh, you guys all, thank you. Okay, so this is the dual tier table. It looks like it's one piece, but if you look at the bottom, you will see there's 4 legs because it's 2 different tables. I'm like looking at you here. I might miss some of the comments because I'm going to have to leave my computer. Oh, look at all this stuff. I had all these bags, right? And I almost threw them away. It's a zipper pull. It's a rose gold zipper pull. I almost threw away. Don't throw away your bags before you look at them. Oh my gosh, there's like dirt. I'm already getting dirt on here. What is this? So I'm going to turn around and, ow. So things are going to move. Obviously, I can't really fit right here. So, and I have to step over stuff on the floor. All right, so, oh, I can't even really move this because there's so much stuff. Let me see. I gotta move. Oh, I gotta move the cameras. All right, so this back table, this back one, it's a dual tiered system. So the machine is on one table, and this table butts up. So this works with any machine that you have. So, or any brand. I can just pull this out and roll this around. You can see that it rolls really easy. So if you need to do different things, you have the ability to roll things around. Again, this one's also on wheels. I'm going to try to pull this one forward. I don't know where my cords are, and I'm like really like trying to stretch things. That makes it look huge. They are sit stand. So up, and you'll see this one going up. So if you want to stand up and quilt, you can. There we are. There we go. That one's going down. So I have a koala chair that I need to get rid of because I want my horn chair. But if I wanted to sit higher, I can lift this table up. And the machine is just sitting on this table. Let's see if I can outlift that one. There we go. Oh my gosh, look how high this goes. If it were a long arm, I can change the bottom. Oh my gosh. Does it go higher than I am? Like, I'm not. Hi, guys. Well, I could sew like this if I wanted to. Oh my gosh. This is me standing up. God, that's so tall. This is bananas. But the idea is that you put your machine on here. I have my regular, just the table that comes with this. Do I have it right? Yeah. So this is just a regular M7 table. If you have a different machine, I know some like my Bernina machines, the table's kind of wrapped down at the edges. I would probably get like a So Steady table or something to stick on, so it's actually a flat surface. And then you just put this where you want it. Now I got to sit back in my chair so I can get it normal. You're going to put the table where you want it, and then you're going to adjust the other table to fit it. So you can really have it at whatever level you want, other than you can't have it all the way to the top because then the other table is not going to go any higher. So there's that little bit of a restriction. Let's see. I moved my chair all the way down. Oh, this is all the way down. Okay, I'm going to move my chair up a little bit. So it says 27.6. I don't know what that means, but that's what the number says on the table. I didn't pay attention to the height. So then this cutout, the nice thing is this is a regular table. You can still do anything with it. I can put a machine on here. I can put a little cutting mat. You can see that I have a cutting mat here. It will work like a regular table. If you need to turn it, you can turn it. If you need more room this way, like there's just a lot of options. And it's on wheels. So I would lock the wheels once you get there. Oh, I forgot I moved that. How's this going? Now I gotta figure out how I'm in here. I'm up against the wall. I gotta go that way. Oh my gosh. Choo choo! Hot Mess Express. Let's see. That's going here. Oh, my PlayStation controller. I was playing PlayStation. I had to charge my camera or my phone because I use my phone as the second camera. But I was using an old phone. Don't get me started. Don't even get me started. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to move the other table down. See, I'm still getting used to it. So now the whole room is going to change because I get to change the way where things are sitting and situated. So now I'm just going to roll it, butt it up, go down a little bit more. And there we go. This table is a little weird, but there we go. And then I can fiddle with it all I want. Perfect.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be fantastic. I'm just so excited. So this is the dual tiered table. This is the first one. Let me see what you all said. That looks big. Um, it, it's not huge. It's bigger than the koala, but not if I had the back of the koala. I'll go get a tape measure. Let me see. I got to go back. Hear you. Is there a video about turning your quilt and finishing the stitches? There wasn't room to stitch the last two rows. I turned the quilt, but I couldn't decide to turn the line up. Wait, is there a video about turning a king quilt? There was room to stitch the last two rows. I do not have a video of like turning a quilt to finish it. I've never had that issue. You'd have to turn it and then you have to flip your design, and it would be very hard to get everything right back lined up. Hear me. I do need a mug rug. What I actually need, Cheryl, is something that hangs over to hold my PlayStation controller. The table, I'm going to get a measure thing. The table from M7. Yeah, the M7 fits in here perfect. I actually messaged them and I said, will that fit an M7? They're like, yeah, that's what we have in it. A pro basketball could, oh my gosh, a pro basketball player could quilt at this. I wish they would quilt more. Um, do we have to use a Sew Studies table? Sorry, but the ones I've bought haven't lasted very long. Lots of cracks. You don't. You can use whatever table. I just know that when I had the Bernina machine, that the tables fold down on the sides. I guess you could lower this to have it meet up to where the end of the table was. The Janome table goes off straight. It doesn't. There's no like bevel to it. Where'd you get the stabilizer rack behind you? It looks great. The stabilizer rack actually is also from Classi Creations. It is called Rack. It's actually made to sit on the side of these tables, so I'm going to take it off the wall. It doesn't work great on the wall, and they actually told me you shouldn't use that on the wall. Where is it? A table accessory? It's called the Multi-Table Organizer Rack with 24-inch bars. They also have one that's 48 inches. This will do the span of it. The problem with it on the wall is that it doesn't come out from the wall far enough. So like this batting, this is like stabilizer batting. It is not really sitting flush in these little cutouts for it because it's too fat, it's too thick. If it were hanging, it would hang fine. So they're like, oh, you need to do that. I do like having these rulers hanging here, but like I said, it has brackets that go here, and the brackets, you don't need this table to use them. The brackets will fit on anything. I think it has to be like 1.5 inches or up to 1.5 inches thick. It can still fit on. And they just screw down. It's not hard. At some point, I'll post a picture of them on the table because I'm going to take them off the wall. Let's see. Watching you makes my day. Oh my gosh, Susan, thank you. And you being here makes my day. And especially like you get 3 days made this week. What thread do I use on my long arm? All of it. Everything that's out there I use. Mostly Superior Thread stuff, but we'll see. Okay, I'm turning my computer. And now I'm going to run the gambit. Let's see. What do I want to do? I'm going to lock these wheels because I do notice that I hold on to things while I walk. And so I was moving tables. And I'm barefoot, so I have to be careful. And we're going to move the camera to the other end of the room. Oh my gosh, I'm so like scared to show you guys my mess. Don't judge me, please. It's because I'm a creative, says my therapist. Okay. Oh, I was like, oh my gosh, I found another cup. It was just the regular cup. So, I told you that I had to pack things up. So this is what my room currently looks like. And so this is all stuff that I took out of something else. that needs a place. So I have like a bin of rulers down there, and I have my fabulous ruler rack. I'm gonna hit this right. I'm gonna sit that right there. One moment, please. Can I get in there? Oh man, no. There's one over here. Where's that ruler rack? I was just showing Bennett yesterday. My dog is stressing out. Oh, there it is. So this ruler rack, I don't know if you can see me or not. There we are. This ruler rack is from Best Craft Organizer. And I've had it since December and I still haven't hung it, but I'm going to hang it because now I'm forced to do things because I don't have storage. It sits like this against the wall. Instead of having the rulers stick out this way, they sit vertical. So when you put a ruler in it, let me get a ruler. They sit in the rack like this. There you are. And this is going to be much better for my eyes because I'm going to have two eyes for a longer time. And they're getting hung. So hopefully I can get them hung later today. Oh, I guess I could stick them on a table. Too much table space. But yeah, so all of the rulers in the ruler bin are going to go in that. They were in one of the cubbies. Just, oh my gosh, there's so much stuff. I have patterns. It's forcing me to like clean like I want to. I really hate it. I know some of you love it. All right, so now we're on to tables 2 and 3. I'm going to take my computer so I can see if people say something. Like, oh my gosh, you're a pack rat. Hi, everybody. Gosh, look how messy all that is. The one thing is, I am a big fan of grabbing things. I need to put some shoes on. My feet hurt. I'm going to put my Birkenstocks on. You know. I'm a big fan of grabbing things and throwing them into a cubby to clean. And now I can't do that anymore because I don't have cubbies. So it's gonna help me stay clean, I think. I don't know. We're gonna see. I'm a creative mess, 100%. I love that. Let's see. Did Adam tell you to buy this? I love that. Here's the thing with me. It's I will only tell you what to buy if I love it. Like I am 100% honest. Like this is why I'm showing you my room because I'm real. Like if I like something and I feel like it's gonna make your life better. Did you just bark? What are you doing? Don't bark. Lay down. I have. For those of you who've never met Little Barry Fanilow, here's Little Barry. Say hi. Say hi to everyone. He's all of 3 pounds. Now I have to show off your brother. All right, come here, buddy. Come here, Oz. Hi. Oh my gosh, big stretch. So this is Ozzy Posborn. Say hi. Look over here. Look at the camera. You're on film. You're famous. You're famous, huh? Yeah, okay. Now you gotta go back to your crate. Get up, buddy. Come on. Hey, come on. Let's go. Let's go. Sorry, you guys got all hyper. You're gonna lay down there. Okay, back to tables. If I have something that I don't really like, I will let you. Well, I won't tell you to get it because I don't like it. But I'm very excited about this. And actually, speaking of that, because you can see 2-tiered. This is not a 2-tiered table. This is the single. This is the Omni. Again, things are on wheels. I can roll it out. We'll talk about that in a minute. And I got this for the specific purpose of putting my Accuquilt on it. But we'll talk about that in a minute. I gotta move my wallets. Let's see. I don't have cubbies. I need hey, come on, over here, please. Thank you. I gotta move this. Let me see, what are you guys saying? Let's see. Oh my gosh, I am allowed to be messy because I travel a lot. Guys, you're fine, stop. Why are you being like that? Machines and tables. I know. I do need to hire a professional organizer. Sometimes it's worth paying for. It's like I'm not gonna do my own plumbing. Why not? Why do my own organizing? Oh, Heather's jealous. Heather, do you have them? Heather's a classy girl. Okay, so things about this table. One, I don't want to kick that over. Um, super big. Um, Again, it's a sit stand, so it's going to go as high as that other table that I just pulled up. I got one of their cutting mats. I love their cutting mats. I've been cutting on one of the um, Ulfa mats. I love the Ulfa mats. I feel like these feel very similar. I think these are probably thicker than the Ulfa mats, but I bought one of the like navy ones thinking like, oh, that's cool. That's manly. Oh my God, I hated it. It's too dark. It's too dark to cut anything dark. So this one has a pink side and it has a teal side. So you have both sides. You have all of your lines, your full 1 inch, your half inch, your quarter inch markings. Um, I don't know if this comes with it or not. This is their they call these anti-moisture barriers. So I have one for my smaller things because I have this smaller mat. And this is kind of how I got introduced to the girls when we met in Branson. I left with like a little cutting board cutting mat. I wanted to try this out. I need to. Well, no, that's fine. I wanted to try it out because I'm weird with cutting mats. I want my cutting mat. I want it to feel comfortable when I cut, and I want like when I cut. I don't know. I'm weird. I'm a sensory weird person. So I tried the mat, but I also got a wool pressing mat and this moisture barrier. And with this moisture barrier, you can stick it on any surface, put your wool mat on it and still press on it because there's nothing that's going no the heat and the moisture won't go through this mat. So you can press on these tables even though they're some type of plastic. I don't know what they are. Maybe plastic is the wrong word. I didn't make them. But so I keep one over here and I kept it next to my machine on the other machine, at least the cutting mat. Um I usually I you know, transparent. I use my Laura Star, my best thing, the best thing in the world. The Laura Star does not have a square. It's not a square. It's an ironing board. So this is going to come in really handy when I need to press some wide backs and stuff because this is going to be a big square. But I'll show you that in a minute. So I have the big cutting mat. I have the moisture barrier that goes with it. And the nice thing about this is when that's down. Oh my gosh, these cutting mats are so heavy. And you put the cutting mat on top, it's not going anywhere. It's not sliding. And that was one of the things that on my last table, my mats would slide everywhere because it was just sitting on a piece of wood. So it keeps it from sliding. My wheels are locked, so the table's not going anywhere. So that's just the cutting mat with the moisture barrier. I don't have a flat place to put this. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Don't bend. It's going to be fast. Be good, Matt. It's going to be fast. So this is the table. Let's see. So this is the table normally. I was going to measure it, and then I grabbed a measuring tape, and I forgot where I put it. Surprise! You're on it. That was so fun. Oh, there it is. I threw it on the ground. I should have known. So the tables are, this one is 30 by almost 48, just shy of 48. Again, it will go up and down. And I got these two together because I wanted this to nest under my table. So I was talking to Mickey today and she goes, oh, that's such a good idea. And I said, Mickey, you can't do that. And then she's like, why? And Mickey is of short stature. I like a very high cutting table. I want to be able to cut without bending over. Mickey could never cut on this. It's too tall for her. She's going to be cutting like this and not be able to reach from one side to the other, which means this isn't going to sit under because this table is as low as it can go. Really as low as it can go. And then this table is also as low as it can go without hitting the Accuquilt as I move it in and out. So that is something to think about. But if you're like, oh, I don't need them to nest. Oh my God, this thing, Barry, I'm going to step on you. Hey, get over here. Come on. I would just, oh, before we get there, God, see, I'm just so excited. I'm so excited I can't even stay in one train of thought. So they have a moisture barrier that fits this whole table. Let's see if I can get it on straight. There we are. So now, I used my, oh man. There we go. So there's my moisture barrier. I like to use my Hera marker to do like diagonal lines when I'm stitching half square triangles and stuff. If I'm not using my Cluck Cluck Sew's diagonal seam tape. This is what I was using, just that smaller one. So now I have a full anti-slip surface that I can do things with. And it has a wool mat. So now, oh my gosh, I can't even like get this straight because it's non-slick. I love a wool mat. I love when it smells like a petting zoo. This one does not. Oh, I just didn't stick my face into it. But it just reminds me. Nostalgia. So now this whole table is a whole pressing table. Oh, I got wool in my nose. And so now this is the whole pressing table. And so when I do wide backs, I can do them over here with my the Laura Star lift that's on the cart and have a huge surface that I'm pressing instead of just pressing the little bit that's on the ironing board. So this is going to come in super, super handy. And then I just throw the other moisture barrier on. I don't think I actually need this one on if I didn't want it, but because it holds my my mat keeps my mat from slipping, I will probably always have it on. Oh my gosh, these things are so heavy. It's a good mat whenever it could like set off the tell your car tells you that something's sitting in that seat. So that's it. And I'm going to be able to cut on this easy because it's not going to go anywhere. So that is that single tier. Again, it goes up and down, does all that jazz. Now, Mickey and I realized earlier today when we were on the phone, and she was like, okay, tell me what you think. Barry, go lay down. Don't make me talk to you mean. I have to see where my cords are. I have to think about cord management. So again, this can go up and down. So, I want to use this. Let me just bring it over here and we'll raise it up. Go up. There we go. And raise it up. I can use it. This goes really high. You saw the video the other day. So if you have an Accuquilt, you know that the back of the Accuquilt kind of kicks the stuff out higher than what you're working with. So you have to kind of catch those dies on the backside. What if we are smart? Adam is smart sometimes. Oh my gosh. I'm smart, but there's too much stuff in the way. What am I rolling into? The lights and the cords and the power cords. Let's move that. Let's move this. Oh, there goes my light. There goes my light. There goes my light. What did you do today? Watch Adam just not be able to move around his room. There's the cord. Oh my goodness. There's the thing. We're close enough. I'm so stupid. So I can bring this here, and I gotta lift me up. My buttons are on the other side. Hold on. Let me go around this. I'm just getting all the views today. Oh, I'm stuck. Hey, hello there. Welcome to the channel. If you're just joining us, this is what usually goes on. So I can lift this up. And now, the back where it would kick the die out, I'm going to open this, which would be parallel with this, is flat. So as the die goes through, do I have a die? Where did I put them? I just used them. I have all my strips for the quilt along. So as the die goes through, It is going to land right on the table. If you can't see that, I can't move this. It's there. I need to move that camera. But yeah, so that was my new thing that I thought of because I was like, oh my gosh, that is so smart of me to think about that. So yes, so I'm very excited for all of my new things. We're quilters. We love a gadget. This does only fit if I go all the way down. And the lifts on these are similar to the lifts that are on the new, the Handy Quilter Amara ST lift table. So I'm going to move that back to the center when I'm not using it because that's where all the most of the support is. Barry, go lay down. What are you doing? You're using that this weird. Okay, let me see what you guys are saying. Barry wants to be on TV. He wants to be a pain in my butt. All right, let's see. The Omni table is one table. Yes, it's its own piece. So the Omni table is its own piece. The single table is its own piece. The dual tiered table is the one for the machines, and that's the one that's different. What brand is the mat? Everything is Classi Creations, Classi Creations. Oh, you know what? I'll link it in the comments since I'm already there. And remember, for 2 weeks, you can use code ASF Table when you're shopping there and get 30% off, which is very nice. So thank you to the gals over at Classi Creations. You guys are awesome. They were so fantastic to work with. They're always so much fun. Let's see. Okay. Omni table. Love the mats. Oh, did I forget 1/4 inch? Oh, yes. It's 1 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch markings. They do have the 1/8 inch on the sides. Thank you, Heather. Let's see the moisture barrier. The moisture barrier is amazing. She has. I have mine on a wool surface with the pressing mat, no damage. A wood surface. Yes, Mickey does hers like that too. The mat is also from Classi Creations. The standalone Omni table. What store carried this? Was it in Springfield? I don't think, Heather, do you know if there's a store in Missouri that has them? I ordered them from Classi Creations. They're kind of a new on the market. I think their first show was maybe Branson, maybe one before that. But they've been in the business for a long time. So they know what they're doing. They are not quilters. They are people who invent products for quilters. Well, just put it that way. So they know what they're doing. And like even when I put that on the grid thing on the wall, they're the ones who are like, "Oh, you can't do that. It won't work." And I'm like, "Oh no, it's working fine." And they're like, "Well, yeah, you don't have anything on it." They're like, "It would never work if you put things on it." I'm like, "I'm gonna try it," and they were right. I should have listened. Let's see, but you can contact them, Classi Creations. You can go to their website. They are on Facebook and Instagram. I think they're on Instagram. I know they're on Facebook. You can iron with the fabric on the table and the wool mat. Yes, I love that. Oh, the Omni table. I didn't even think about, well, I don't have the space, but sticking it next to you while you're piecing, and then you have a whole pressing station right next to you, kind of like the L-shaped table. That's so smart. Heather, I know why they keep you around. Oh my gosh. I do need to add the plug strip. I was actually gonna text Stephanie today and be like, "Hey, don't you have this thing?" Unfortunately, I need a bigger house, 100%. Thank you for that. I don't need a bigger house. I need a bigger sewing room. I'm making Susan feel good about her space. I love that for her. Let's see. And there's a storefront. They have a storefront in Pensacola. And Missouri Star has their tables. I think What's the code again? It's ASF table. I'll post it. ASF table. And it's a one-time use, 30% off. And I think it's 30% off your cart, but I'll find that out for sure. Yeah, I will post about it on the Facebook page because I have to do some like before and afters, and they're not going to be before and afters. They're going to be before and working. Although I don't even want to do anything but piece now because I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to cut, I need to piece, I need to get something done, I need to just like I'm just like ready. I'm ready to do stuff. Any questions? How long have we been live? Oh my gosh, it's been almost an hour. I just have to say thank you to the girls because like I said, I thought it was going to be a while before I got everything. And yeah, it showed up this week. You need a long arm room and a sewing room. I definitely do. We don't have that much. We don't have that because the other room is the gym / where guests stay because we do have to have a guest room. We are in Palm Springs after all. No, at one point I was like, I just need a studio space. I'm just gonna rent studio space. That's expensive. I'm like, I need to make more money. I'd have to charge for my videos to do that. And then you all would be like, why are you charging us? I'm just very excited. Any questions? I probably can't answer them, but I can try. I do have a quilt top. I think I might go live again. You can come play with me in my abyss. 100%, Heather, I would love to. I would love to. You can teach me to make more bags. I am a bag maker. And I have to say that Heather was a nice cheerleader for me when I made my first bag. Even when I just tried to start to make my first bag. Lots of tips. Heather, what's the group, the Classi Facebook group? Oh my gosh, I should know this. Facebook, it's Classi. Oh, it's Classi Quilters. So Classi Creations does have a Facebook group called Classi Quilters. It's people, a lot of bag stuff, a lot of things that they sell. What is? Oh, you can see. I was like, what is happening over there? I forgot I had a mirror. Oh my gosh. Oh, the long arm could never be part of the guest room. You wouldn't be able to use it when you had guests. That's one of my favorite things to be like, oh, I have to go work to get away from everyone. Yeah, so go if you're interested, go look at their stuff. If you have questions, message them. Remember that one-time use code. It's good for 2 weeks. So I'm gonna say it is good. I'm going to say it's good until the 18th, even though that's 2 weeks and a day. And it might really only be the 16th because they told me that yesterday. But I'm going to message them and say, can it be good till the 18th? And maybe I'll be able to say, can we just have it good for the month? Ow. And that's what happens when you have stuff everywhere. You scratch your leg on something. All right. Any questions? I'm like, I don't know. I just am excited. I love this stuff. I already feel like the space feels so much bigger, and I think it's even with stuff everywhere. I think it's because I had a lot of closed shelvings and things like that where you couldn't see, and I think being able to see just it makes me I don't know. Being able to see just makes me feel like I want to be in here. It's open and it's new and fresh. So I have the new machine, which is the M7 churro. I need to make a sticker with my scan and cut. And then Kimberly Flanagan, who is probably still not on, but she had posted yesterday like, oh my gosh, I need the Omni table for my scan and cut. And I'm like, I need an Omni table for my scan and cut. Do I need two? I don't think I have the room for it. It'll start getting cluttered if I do that because I can't hide them both under here. I wonder if they're going sideways. Nope, because the legs. Gosh, excuse me. I was up until midnight putting tables together, and then I woke up at 4:30 to get the last one put together. And it's not because they take long, and it's not because they're hard. It's because I get distracted and I kept doing other things. I kept, I kept watching TV. So I played a little bit of my Nintendo Switch. But all right, everybody, any questions about the tables? Any questions about this stuff? About anything? Any questions about anything? What's the name of the table you have your Accuquilt on? The name of the Accuquilt table is the Omni table. OMNI, like my favorite thread, Omni. Love the video of you quilting your quilts for your mom. I sewed along with you. Oh, Lisa, I'm glad you sewed along with me. I'm going to do another one. I think, depending on where I get today, which is 10:30, so I don't know how far I'm going to get, but depending on where I get today, I might do that again tomorrow. I have this top. Let me see. Can I go live every day of the week? So I have this top for a client. I'm not going to tell you how long I've had it because it's disgusting how long I've had it. But I have this top and I'm going to go in and custom quilt it. And I have an idea of what I'm going to do in most of the spots. Like all the negative space kind of thing. I just don't know what I'm going to do in the blocks. But I feel like I'm going to do the negatives. Oh, you can't even see because my computer's there. I think the negative space, like I'm going to quilt it to death. So then in the blocks, I might just do some lines or, stitching some crosshatch or something. So nothing super, super intricate because the intricate stuff can be all the other spots. And the blocks are what she piece. So, there's that. Let's see. We'll be putting Heather's putting tables together tonight. Awesome. Bye, Heather. Thank you. Do you like the new system of going online? Do you like the new system of going online? Like Connect? If you're asking about Connect, I actually don't mind Connect. I have a few issues with it. Look, I can see the dog not in his bed because he's in the mirror in the other camera. I'm going to go back to my... hold on. I'm going to work my way over to where... Barry, get in your bed. Get in your... Hey, over here. Come on. Working around and nesting it up. I got it so close. And I'm going to turn this camera... Oh, I'm just going to pop that camera off. I don't need that. I can answer questions with that one off.
You can't hear me. Sorry. I turned the camera off, and that was the one that had the volume. That's not even my phone. I don't know where that thing went. Okay, I'm back. Oh, I'm sitting so low. I think I might have to raise this table up some. Oh, no, I have to raise the seat up. Hi, Carrie. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so what's the name of the table you were leading the pink mat on? That is not a name of a table. That is just one I made. That's my old pressing table. It's just some board planks. Okay, so do I like Connect? I do like Connect. I do not have an issue with Connect. I am also not worried about rolling back and forth if I'm having problems with Connect. So when I was doing the videos of my mom's quilts, I rolled something around. My tables got off. I need to lock it. Oh, that's what I did. So when I was doing my mom's quilts, there's the glitch with crop. whenever you're doing an edge to edge. So I just rolled back. I had Connect on. I downloaded the designs with Connect, which is actually pretty easy and pretty quick. It's nice that I can just do that there and not have to worry about getting my computer out. And then, and oftentimes I will download designs and be like, which computer are they on? Because I keep them on 3 different ones. So I didn't mind going back and forth. Wasn't an issue for me. Didn't care. But again, it's pretty easy for me. I don't find it's hard for people. I think it's scary for people. And if you want to quilt, like, it's a hassle if you have to take an extra 10 minutes to roll back and forth. But that, to me, doesn't really bug me much. So I don't have an issue with Connect. And when I do stitch with Connect, it works. There's just that crop glitch, and I'm not going to leave my edges open on an edge to edge design. That would drive me nuts. I've been having problems signing into the Pro Stitcher account. I just won't sign in. I sent them a message wondering if anyone else is having the issue. Lorna, I was having an issue back when it started with that. Have you tried to change your password? Because I ended up changing my password and then everything was fine after that. But they'll help you out. It's the ones, and I'm going to keep saying this until the end of days. The people who are answering those emails are there to help, and they're only going to help you. They want to help you. They want you to be happy. And they also have frustrations. Like, I know me as an educator, I get frustrated with sometimes when they do things, especially when it's not done perfect. So just have some grace. They're going to help you. What's the name of the table you're leaning the pink mat on? I already answered that. It's not one. Now there's sound, and Carrie is going to get fixed with sound. Kim in Traverse City. I remember, Kim, I was actually talking to you with my Genomi friend yesterday. Oh no, you were with Joanne. But I was talking, no, I was talking about Robin. But Kim, you got a pizza. Oh my, you guys, we had so much fun in Traverse City last week. And now we're going to have fun in McPherson next week. And then we're going to be in Columbia, Missouri the week after that. Ooh, somebody write me a note and say, I write my own note. I got to contact the Columbia, Missouri shop and see if we can do something. All right. Any other questions? Remember, if you're looking at tables or anything from Classi Creations, for 2 weeks, you have a 30% off one-time use code ASF table. And if you're looking at getting some stuff, if you have questions about them, reach out. They are so great. They are so fun. And my favorite is that I called them and I was like, ooh, I have ideas for you guys. This is what I would want. Because, not everybody has a Laura Star. I get that. And so I have my system, which is the ironing board and everything. But before I had the Laura Star, is that a wrinkle? Before I had the Laura Star, I used a reliable, like a pressing station. And my biggest complaint, and in Cleveland, it was not an issue because I had a big bar. But my biggest complaint is having an iron that has to sit on your cutting or your pressing table or whatever that table might be. Because I don't want it to take up valuable space, and so I'm like, which you could use the Omni table for this, that would be fine. But I'm like, you have to make something that the iron can sit on the underside of the table, that you still have access to it, like a shelf or something that you still have access, you can get to, you can iron the whole thing, but it's out of the way and it's not taking up prime real estate. So the table with your Accuquilt is the Omni. The one above is the single tier. Correct. Let me make sure that's what it's called. I should know what they're called. I just said I want one of each. You can buy this. Yes, correct. The single tier is the top table. The Omni is the smaller table under it. And then the dual tier is the one with the machine where I'm sitting. Yay, it worked. You can sign in. I love that. Hopefully it still works. When they get back to you, just let them know that that's what you did, because it might not just be you. So, and that's how they fix things. People find out. I know that yesterday I did the live where I was saying some things that they fixed because people were complaining, or they realized like, oh, we messed up. We should have done this and that. And that's my favorite thing about the people over at Pro Stitcher, the like workers. They are so great because they listen to customers and then they try to fix things to make it easier. So I know they have some more fixes in the work, and they wouldn't tell me what they were. So, all right. Any other questions? Oh, that's funny. Any other questions for me before I head out? Because I want to go cut some fabric and I want to start piecing my chain link quilt. I didn't cut enough strips, and then I was like, oh my gosh, using those strip cutters to cut my squares, game changer, so fast. So, oh, you guys, it's been great. I'm so glad you spent some time with me today. If you have any questions, you can message me, and we'll get all your questions answered. I might not know the answer, but at least I can get some questions answered. Love my new tables. You're going to see them a lot in everything because they're my new thing. I think I'm going to move my Laura Star to here in front of the table, which is going to really open up this space, give me a way to get in and out from the right side of my machine, so I don't have to pivot over here. Oh, that would work. And then I could get closer to the design wall. Oh, can I still see my PlayStation? Yes, I think that might work. Let's see. Starting cutting for my chain link this morning. You're doing it scrappy. Oh, hearts out to you for doing it scrappy. You've been talking about your let's see, Adam, you've been talking about your Accuquilt. Will you be doing a demo? Actually, Kim, next week when the cutting portion of the Laura Star is out, I do use it to cut my strips, and then I use it to cut some squares. And you'll see me get very excited because it was the first time I did it. Either of those, one of them, I had just opened my my die. So it was the first time I used it. And then I ended up using it to cut my strips and then using it to cut all my squares, and everything was done super quick. So is the Accuquilt worth it? I find that it is worth it for me because I thought I was a good cutter and I'm not. So it does, like, there are some scraps, but to me, scraps are okay because I save time. So I equate it to like if you Judy Niemeyer paper piece, or if you any type of paper piece. Well, really the Judy Niemeyer stuff, because they have a certain system that that they do, and their system is how you cut everything. You cut just with the fabric fabric strips. You stick on a template and you just cut that strip up, and then all of a sudden everything's done for these like units. And there's waste because of that, because maybe you don't need the whole strip, and you have these big like quarter of a strip or whatever, and that waste, to me, when I can cut a full king quilt out in like 3 hours, that every piece is cut and ready to stitch on, I'm okay with the waste because I save so much time. I did my elephant quilt, Elephant Abstracts by Violet Craft, and there's no cutting directions. It's just like, here's your pieces, and you know what color goes where. I spent a day, at least a day, maybe I can't remember if it was a day or a day and a half, cutting fabric for that. Because I'm not the like, let me just find a big piece of fabric that might work. I don't want to do a huge piece of fabric. So I went and I measured every piece. I found the right square I needed and did all this stuff. But if I was doing a Judy, I would have been done like in a few hours. So the time saving and the accuracy of the Accuquilt 100%. I think it's worth my time. There's some people are like, oh no, I don't want the waste. If your hands are hurting from cutting, it might be something to look at. There is the electronic one and there is the crank one. I have both. I love the electronic one. I like that it just feeds itself through. The other thing I really like about it is that it fits the bigger dies. So I hate layer cakes. I hate anything that's pre-cut. I just hate pre-cuts really, because I don't like the pinked edges. And to me, they're never the right size. So I bought the 10-inch die cut so I could make my own layer cakes if I needed to. Also, like I have some quilts that use 10-inch squares. And so the electronic one is the Go Big. And because of that, it gives you like all of the dies that they make. You can do the small dies, but you can still do the big ones. So to me, it's worth it. We are doing these quilt-alongs, with connecting threads. So when we do our connecting threads quilt-alongs, unless I have something that I'm showing off specifically, I will find a die. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. I will find a die that will cut all of my pieces out and do everything there. I do pre-cut. I do go through and say like, okay, this die, I'm thinking of another. I think I'm done. If I'm doing half square triangles, thank you, all the bless yous. If I'm doing half square triangles, the die doesn't do like, it's not make a square, sew down the line, sew down the sides. It cuts everything so there's no dog ears and everything. And so I will measure the die. Do I have a die next to me? I don't have a small die. I'm like looking around. I did put them somewhere. I had them somewhere. But I will measure the die and say like, okay, I need it to encompass this much. And then I will subcut things and just kind of rough cut them. I don't try to make it perfect, but I'll subcut. So I think like to make the half square triangles, each piece needed to be like 2 3/4 by 3.5. And 2 of those 2 3/4 by 3.5 would make 2 half square triangles. So 2 pieces of fabric makes the 4 half square triangles. And if you're making half square triangles, these are quarter square triangles, but whatever. Say I'm making, well, do I have a half square triangle? There we are. When you're making them, if you cut them and you put them right sides together, those are quarter square triangles too. I can't, those are half square triangles. They also have flying geese die. Like they have, if you do like the blocks or the cubes, they have all the dies to do like half square triangles and flying geese and things at different sizes. So I have a bunch of the cubes too. But say I'm making this half square triangle block. If I cut my fabrics and I do a white and a blue right sides together and I die cut that, then I just take them out and I can sew them together. They're already paired, and you can do 2, 4, 6, 8. You can do 12 blocks at a time. So I rough cut the blocks I need, stick them on the die. 12 half square triangles. It goes super fast. It really does. Do they have a starter set? So for those of you who are looking at maybe getting dies, wait a few days. I'm going to talk. If you ever buy dies, call Apple Tree Quilting in Columbia, Missouri. Say Adam told you to call, and they will match or beat any price out there and have them drop shipped to you. So that if you see Accuquilt that I'm using, everything has come from Apple Tree in Columbia. So that's number one. I am going to give them a ring and say, hey, I've been using these a lot. Let's make a deal. And they're either going to say yes or no. And if they say no, that's okay, because there's always deals on Accuquilt anyway. But I want to do if you're going to do this quilt along, if you do the quilt along, like I used a 3-inch or 3.5-inch strip die and a 2.5-inch strip die, because somebody asked which ones do you need for the quilt along. That's what I used, and it did all my strips for me. Then I had to do some cutting with my ruler because some of the strips some of the pieces, they're all 2 by something or 3.5 by something. So I was using my rotary cutter too. And then for myself, the first die cube set I got was the 8-inch cube. And I think that was a great one to start. It makes 2.5-inch squares, 4-inch squares, 2 by 4-inch flying geese. Like a lot of the normal sizes, a lot of patterns use. So, but I do now I look at patterns and I think, okay, can I die cut this? Do I use the Accuquilt for Judy piecing? No, they have their whole different system. It's all rotary cutted. And there's no way that you would be able to unless they had dies specifically made for them because of their process. Accuquilt does do a starter set though. So, and I know like when you buy the cutter itself, you get a few dies with it and things. But I think that's what the cubes are. And do I have a big cube? Let me see. Oh, here's my 10-inch square. So this is a 10-inch cube. Obviously, I've used it. I haven't. It's still in the box, or it's still wrapped. But I was like, oh, I like these sizes. At some point I will have all the cubes because then I can cut anything I want. But when you get a cube, you get 8 dies. So is that right? Yeah, you get 8 dice. So you'll get a square, you'll get a big square, you'll get a small square, you get half square triangles, quarter square triangles. Oh, you get 2 different sizes half square triangles. Oh, because one of them is used for the flying geese. You get a square on point. So the square on point with one of the half square triangle dies will give you a square and a square. You get a rectangle. Where's my rectangle? Oh, there's the rectangle. You'll get a rectangle. So the rectangle with some half square triangles gives you flying geese. So it's how you put it together, and then you get a parallelogram. So you get all of those in different sizes. So like this 10-inch cube gives you a 5-inch finished block, a 2.5-inch finished block, a 5-inch finished half square triangles, 2.5-inch finished half square triangles, 5-inch finished quarter square triangles, a 3 and 9/16 finished square on point, 2.5 by 5-inch finished rectangles, and then 2.5 by 3 and 9/16 finished parallelogram. So you get a lot of stuff. Carrie loves hers. And then if you just go crazy, they have companion sets. So the companion set, they have a corners. Oh, this is the corners. So this will give you a chisel, a signature block, really tiny half square triangles, and a bow tie block. And then they have angles, the angles companion set. And this one gives you a triangle, a kite, a trapezoid, and then the triangles for your sides of your kite. And each one, they all have books in them for like showing you how to do different blocks and everything. Like they really thought about everything. So, and then, they keep coming out with dies. So they do the blocks on board and everything. So if you don't, you go to follow Accuquilt, follow them on Facebook. And I feel like every week they're releasing a new die, but I think it may be every 2 weeks or once a month. I have a follower, Barbara, who works for Accuquilt. Now I feel like I was like, I know it's Barbara, but then I was like, is it Brenda? So Barbara Harper works for Accuquilt. She also has a long arm. So we met because of that, and her and her sister share a long arm. But because she's one of the Accuquilt educators, they give them challenges and stuff. So they'll give them a new die and say, here, surprise us. Oh my gosh, they are so inventive with using the different dyes and mix and matching things. And so she's my go-to whenever I see her shows. I'm like, okay, so I'm trying to do this. And Pam over at Accuquilt is awesome, Pam Heller. So they're all just so great. So I always love when I see them. And we might do something at one of the shows together just because I love them. I think we bought an Accuquilt way back when, and then all of a sudden there was something about it that something about, oh, why are you using that? There's so much waste, that got in my head, and it kept me from using it. And then I was like, no, you know what? This makes sense. And I went to Apple Tree to teach, and I was like, why do I need this? And they're like X, Y, and Z. And so I ended up coming home with one, and now I'm a collector. And then Mickey got hers, or Mickey had one. So Mickey started using hers. And every once in a while she calls me. She goes, I can't believe I didn't use this sooner. Like, she's getting an Omni table just so she can have her Accuquilt out all the time and not have to get it out and put it back. So I do like that it has a dedicated table now, because it not that it's hard to get off a shelf, but like, it's there. So Carolyn, exactly. My time is more valuable than that little bit of waste. So, you guys, I can't believe that this is my third day in a row that I've been live, and that so you are all still here, and you're watching. Again, hold off on anything Accuquilt. Like I said, I'm going to chat with my friends, see if we can do something for you all. They're already doing something. Like I said, they're going to beat. I think they will beat any price out there. They'll at least match it, and it gets drop shipped straight to you. So that's always great. And then if you are interested in anything from Classi Creations, remember ASF 10 will get you 15% off. That will be always. But you have a one-time use in the next 2 weeks, 30% off ASF table. And yeah, you can go do that. Let's see, Kathy, was it you who said that you should save your workspace on your C drive? How much storage space do the old tablets hold? Do you know how much RAM is on them? I Googled it, but I couldn't find an answer. Kathy, I have no clue. Zero clue what is on those tablets. There's so many different tablets that I wouldn't know anyway. But yeah, I just have no clue. Those files are not very big, so I wouldn't think there's an issue. I mean, I have thousands of designs on a thumb drive, and today the thumb drives might be bigger than some of those older tablets, but you have no issue there. I don't save them on my C drive though. I save everything onto a thumb drive. I have a thumb drive or a USB stick that sits in my machine, and it says taco on it, so I know that it's my taco. How much extra fabric do you need if pattern calls for a half yard? I've never actually paid attention. It depends on how the things are cut. I always buy a 1/4 inch more too, for the most part. But if you're looking at a pattern, you'd have to look and say, okay, this says cut. Well, I'm trying to think. If you're making half square triangles and you're doing the 2 at a time, I want to say I was getting less, even with the waist, I was using less fabric, because instead of doing, no, maybe those are, no, I'm not thinking half square triangles. I'm thinking when you do snowball blocks and things, because I didn't have to waste the extra that I'm cutting off. So I was saving stuff there. I feel like if you're doing half square triangles, you have to do a 4-inch square to get the 2. I don't know. That's math. I would look and see, like, I'm pretty sure for the half inch triangle or half square triangle that I was using, it was, I cut 2 3/4 by 3.5, and that would make one piece. So if you were making 2, I don't know how big the square needs to be, 3.5 by 3.5, and that will give you 2. So you would need 2 pieces that were 2.5 by 3.5. So you are using a little more. but I am not 100%. I like that you think that's funny. Now that I have a headache, I'm going to go take some Advil. Okay, guys, I got to go. I have to get some stuff done. Thank you for joining me. Love my stuff. Like I said, I will post later. If you are doing the, what is it called? The chain link quilt, and you're like, I don't want to do this scrappy, and you're still picking on colors and things like that. I am going to post, because somebody messaged me and is like, oh my God, I can't do the scrappy. I am going to post, what am I going to post? I'm going to post yardage for the quilt if you don't want to do a scrappy. If you want to do it just the way that, oh my gosh, watching from Kenya? Let's see. Prayer request, please. Continue praying for us. Kenya really has to tell that like a food shelter, clothing, like a prayers for Kenya. Oh my gosh. I have the Go Big Accuquilt. I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, if you want, I use 5 colors. If you want to do something similar to me, I will post yardage for that. I'll post it later today. Also, if you have the chain link pattern, you can just look at each piece and then say, okay, I need this much for each piece, and then calculate it yourself. So I only did 9 squares, so I didn't need a ton of fabric. I think the regular pattern calls for 12, 24. I don't even know. 30. So, all right, guys, I got a jet. Hasta la pizza. We'll see you in the next one. At the end of the day, it's just quilting. We want to have a good time. I'm about to have a real good time because I'm going to go cut my pieces and start making my blocks. Bye, guys.